time to stop running. It's easy to avoid things in life that we should be dealing with. We've been through hurts. People did us wrong. Instead of forgiving and moving on, we push it down. Or maybe we need to apologize. We need to make things right. But that's uncomfortable, so we keep putting it off. Sometimes we run from our fears. A new door opens. We know it's a God-given opportunity, but we're afraid. We feel unqualified. Instead of confronting our fears, we shrink back. Some people spend their whole life running from dealing with their temper, running from getting back in shape, running from the call of God on their life. As long as you're running, you're going to miss the greatness that God put in you. You can't conquer what you don't confront. Too often, we're comforting what we should be confronting. We're making excuses, but you can't run from everything that's uncomfortable. You can't ignore issues, sweep them under the rug, thinking they'll go away. When you get honest with yourself, when you confront what you know you need to deal with, yes, it may be uncomfortable, but God gives you the grace, the strength, the power to do what you couldn't do on your own. When David saw Goliath, everything in his mind said, he's too big. You better run the other way like everyone else in the army. But the scripture says David ran quickly toward Goliath. He knew if he didn't confront this giant, if he didn't face his fears, he would miss his destiny. He was uncomfortable. His emotions weren't supporting him. But as he ran to the giant, he began to feel strength that he never felt. Confidence, boldness, skill, expertise. He slung that rock and defeated Goliath.
And so now God says, in the season of your life, and I'm preaching to somebody, where you have no idea how you have enough to defend yourself from the attack that's happening, because you've got a lot on you right now. You've got a lot on you. Some of it is your fault. Some of it is decisions that others have made. And none of it is anything that you have ever experienced, because you are the oldest that you've ever been. And you have never progressed through this season of your life, this stage of your development. You have never been through this emotional place before. So now what does God do? He doesn't call you back to the place where you felt the greatest faith. He calls you back to the place where you felt the greatest fear, but you made it anyway. To remind you what it really felt like when God revealed himself to you. Because we whitewash our understanding of what it means to remember what God did. You know, I wonder, do you remember how it really felt?
God is saying it's time to stop running. Face those giants. Confront what you've been ignoring. On the other side of that giant is a new level of your destiny. Like with David, when God sees you make a move to start running toward what's hindering you, to deal with what you've been ignoring, God will breathe on your life, and it won't be as difficult as you think. He'll go before you and make your crooked places straight. Are you running in some area today? Running from making things right in a relationship? Running from getting your finances in order? Running from starting that business? Writing that book? Going back to school? Thinking you don't have what it takes? When you stop running, you do the right thing when it's hard, there is a blessing that follows. God will show out in your life, take you to levels that you've never dreamed. Are you running from something today? Are you comforting what you should be confronting? Don't go another year out in the wilderness, putting off what you know you should do. Get honest with yourself. Deal with the issues God's bringing to light. It may be difficult, but when you take that step, the grace of God is going to make it easier than you think. If you'll stop running, I believe and declare, like the children of the Israelites, you're going to break negative cycles that have held your family down and go into your promised land. Like Mary, you're going to have the power to deal with issues. Heavy weights are about to lift off of you. Like Jacob, you're going to rise out of mediocrity and become all you were created to be.